Hey there everyone, today's video is by your request. Many friends have reached out to me and asked, Michael, what does Disney do for those with special needs at the park? It's a very good question and one I had to do a little bit of research to figure out all the details of. It came as no surprise to me to find out that Disney does a tremendous amount for those with special needs or disabilities at the parks. Let's run through all that Disney offers. I'm going to go into some detail about some of the special things that you may not know about. Now I want to start this video off by mentioning I am not an expert when it comes to special needs at the parks. I did a tremendous amount of research to make sure I brought you all of the correct information that can be most helpful to you on your vacation. But if you're looking for more details, check the description of this video. There are a lot of helpful links right there. Now let's start with some of those general programs that Disney has for those with special needs or disabilities, and then we're going to dive a little bit deeper and talk about some of the very specific ones that Disney offers. Now, if you or someone in your traveling party has a general special need or disability and you can't stand in those lines, those long lines to go on attractions, and you have some fast passes but you'd like to experience more throughout the day like other guests are able to, you can do that with the Disability Access Service. Also known as a DAS or DAS pass, this special pass allows you and those in your party to go on attractions without waiting in the long line. But it's not just jumping the whole line. You go to the attraction. You go right to the Fast Pass kiosk or somewhere close by where it says for the Disability Pass, and you tap your magic band, let the cast member know how many people are in your party, who's there with you, and then you would have to wait that line time anyway. So let's say it's a 2-hour wait for Flight of Passage. You go to that DAS station, you tap your magic band, and you still have to wait 2 hours. Maybe you're standing outside looking at some of the flowers of Pandora, not standing in that queue, and then after 2 hours passes, then you and your family can go on a ride. So it's like standing in a virtual queue, but with that disability, you don't stand in it because cast members don't want you to be aggravated with that disability or special need. So this way, you get the opportunity to kind of continue enjoying the magic, kind of do your own thing, and also experience the attraction. The DAS pass only works for one attraction at a time. So let's say it's Flight of Passage, you get your DAS pass, and then you go and just look at the scenery until it's your time. You can't get another DAS pass for another attraction while you're virtually waiting in that line. The DAS pass is only for those with special needs and those in their traveling party, and you can get your DAS pass as long as you bring the appropriate paperwork and whatever else is needed with your disability or special need to guest services, and they'll set you up. Now let's talk about wheelchairs and ECVs at Walt Disney World. The Walt Disney World theme parks are extremely accommodating to wheelchairs and ECVs, and I didn't even think about it until recently, but most of the walkways you see around the parks are all smooth. So you can ride your scooter or ECV or wheelchair all around the parks and experience it with your family. You don't have to wait kind of at the bottom of the stairs. You can continue because it's basically all smooth. Guests are welcome to bring their own wheelchair or ECV to the parks, and they're also welcome to rent them from Disney or even rent them from a third party. You do not have to rent them directly from Disney. You can do it from another organization outside of Disney. They totally allow that, no problem at all. And I see guests all the time around the parks with those different company logos on those scooters kind of indicating where they rented them from. Some of the ECV rental companies even partner with the Disney resorts to have them available to you when you check in. So there are some companies, some of them, I'm going to leave as much information as possible in the description, that have this partnership so that you can just call ahead and it's ready to go. You don't even have to work with a third party, you just work with guest services and they'll give you the third party's wheelchair. Super convenient. At Walt Disney World, there are many attractions that can accommodate wheelchairs being pushed right onto them, or ECVs as well. There are others that do require a transfer. It just depends on the attraction. Disney uses some very helpful symbols so you can see exactly which attractions can accommodate a wheelchair or ECV just going right on the ride, and those where you have to transfer. There are specialty, disability, and special needs maps that you can find at all of the parks so you can see exactly which rides can accommodate your need. Now let's move on to those with hearing disabilities. You can tell my sign language needs a lot of work. I need to study more sign language, but Disney offers a lot of accommodations for those with hearing disabilities. When you go to a Walt Disney World park with a hearing disability, you have the opportunity to ask guest services for a special listening device, and they'll actually provide it to you, no charge at all. You can just use it throughout the day so you can hear everything around you. So if you don't have your own, you can request it. In addition, Disney has sign language interpreters standing by to help interpret shows if you request it. You do want to request that in advance. If possible, call that disability number, which I am going to leave in the description of this video, and they'll be able to help you out as well. In addition, when you're staying at a Disney resort, resort, make sure you call in advance and let them know that you have a hearing disability, and they should be able to set you up with a room that has very special accommodations just for you, like shaker beds and special phones and smoke detectors with lights on them, so you know if there's anyone at the door, or let's hope it never happens, but if there was an emergency, you would know to evacuate because the lights would go off or the bed would shake. Something like that would happen. So they have these very special accommodations. The key here is to call in advance. On that note, Disney has a special line that you can call if you have a hearing disability where they can hear you. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I think it's called TTC, it's the type text. It's the one, if you have a hearing disability, you call this line and they can communicate with you, which is super helpful. Now let's move on to those with vision disabilities. If you have a vision disability, Disney can accommodate you as well. Disney has special maps at every single park that are made in Braille. They're actually touch maps where you know exactly where you're going just by touching the map. Super accommodating. They also have special devices that you can listen to that can help your experience be enhanced. Just go to guest services and ask them about these special accommodations. Now moving on to service animals, and Disney allows a variety of different service animals to help you at the parks. There are special relief areas for the animals all around the parks. You can find a special map just for you as well. The animal does have to be trained on a leash or in a harness at all times, and the cast members are not allowed to really touch them or interact with them because they're there for you, but they are allowed at the park. See guest services for more information about service animals. Now moving on to restrooms, and Disney has a tremendous number of companion restrooms all around the Walt Disney World Resort. You can find these restrooms using that special park map. Just look on the map, you'll be able to find it, no problem. Now on to dining. For those with dietary restrictions, whether it's by preference or by allergy, Disney can take care of all of your needs. Whether it's a nut allergy, a gluten allergy, a dairy allergy, Disney can accommodate every single type of allergy and special dietary need at Walt Disney World. All you have to do is ask. It is that easy. I have seen the lengths that they will go to make sure that every single guest have food that they can enjoy. So all you have to do is ask. You can find more information on the Disney website in the description of this video. Now I want to touch back to those special resort rooms. We know that Disney has those rooms for those with hearing disabilities. They also have other special rooms, those with larger showers or kind of flat areas, so if you're in a wheelchair, you can move around more freely. All you have to do is request one of these special rooms. Just speak to the representative, wherever they are, ask them how they can accommodate you, and they will go above and beyond. Now moving on to cognitive disabilities, including autism, and Disney does a tremendous amount to help you as well. At Walt Disney World, there are special break areas where you can kind of take a break from all the cognitive stimulation at Walt Disney World. There is a tremendous amount going on, and cast members can direct you where these areas are. They're at every single park, and the resorts can accommodate you as well. Disney also encourages and welcomes the use of your own wheelchair, or you can rent one. There's no requirement, but you are welcome to bring your own specialty wheelchair as needed. You can also bring different things to help whatever the need is. So headphones or different things to hold, absolutely permitted. It is encouraged that you call Disney in advance to kind of discuss some of these things. They have a lot of different options available to help every situation possible. So give them a call, they should be able to help out. Now let's move on to asthma and allergies, and there are some areas at Walt Disney World that Disney actually discourages you from going to because of a possible asthma or allergy issue that you may have, just because there are very strong smells in some areas. If you have asthma or allergies, it does not hurt to give them a call as well. Again, number listed in the description. They'll be able to tell you which areas are extra sensitive for those with asthma or allergies. Last but not least, we come to parking, and disability parking is available at every single Disney resort and park on property. So all you have to do is have a valid hang tag, one of those blue hang tags with a wheelchair by your state. It's state issued, and then you'll be able to go and park in those handicap spots. Now, if there are no more handicap spots available, I was reading they have end cap spots, which are like the end of the row. You sometimes see that last spot in the row that's open. Those are for kind of the overflow of the disability parking area. So if you need to, you can park there as well. Those are a few of the main things that Disney does for those with disabilities and special needs coming to Walt Disney World. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you or your family member or someone you know has special needs or disability and they've gone to Walt Disney World and you have extra tips and tricks for us, we'd love to hear it in the comments below. You never know, it could help a family who's thinking about going. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.